All right, I'm back. That was quite exciting, y'all. Hopefully, resetting the uh, router works. Hi, Stacy. Stacy is first this time. Last time it was Mateus, but Stacy is first for stream 2. What aggravations have fallen upon me this eve? I don't like that. I don't like that my stream, I had to restart it. But it is what it is. Let's just hope that this is, smooth running and we can get through some of this reading and have a good stream. So thank you for coming back. Stacy's been watching. There's a new Dexter. I had a roommate like 10 plus years ago. Well over 10 years ago, probably more like 15 years ago. 14, 15 years ago, that was into Dexter. I never really got into it. I only watched it once with her. I thought it was kind of weird, but they're doing another one. All right. Dexter, Original Sin. How exciting. Dexter. It was an interesting premise for a show. It's just one I didn't really get into too much. I don't know. Y'all, okay. Breathe deep. Shall I crack open the book and get back into it? Psychopaths are perfectly possessed by demons. Indeed, yeah, indeed. What up, round 13? Take 2 and action. So I'm just going to start from the top paragraph of the page, which I read before, but it was glitching. So I know it didn't come through well. So we'll get back into it. Many men that are galled with sin and for it, the arrows of Christ for conviction by the preaching of the word or some affliction, having been made sharp in their hearts, do vigorously set themselves against this or that particular lust, wherewith their consciences have been most disquieted or perplexed. But poor creatures, they labor in the fire, and their work consumeth. When the Spirit of Christ comes to this work, he will be as a refiner's fire and as fuller's soap, and he will purge men as gold and silver. He will take away their dross and tin, their filth and blood. But men must be gold and silver at bottom, or else refining will do them no good. The prophet gives us the sad issue of wicked men's utmost attempts for mortification, by what means soever God affords them. The bellows are burned, and the lead is consumed of the fire. The founder melteth in vain. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord hath rejected them. And what is the reason hereof? They were brass and iron when they were put into the furnace. Men may refine brass and iron long enough before they will be good silver. I say then, mortification is not the present business of unregenerate men. God calls them not to it as yet. Conversion is their work, the conversion of the whole soul, not the mortification of this or that particular lust. You would laugh at a man that you see setting up a great fabric and never taking any care for a foundation, especially if you should see him so foolish as that, having 1,000 experiences, that what he built one day fell down another, he would yet continue in the same course. So it is with convinced persons. though they plainly see that what they ground, excuse me, though they plainly see that what ground they get against sin one day they lose another, yet they will go on in the same road still, without inquiring where the destructive flaw in their progress lies. When the Jews, upon the conviction of their sin, were cut to the heart, and cried out, "What shall we do?" what doth Peter direct them to do? Does he bid them go and mortify their pride, wrath, malice, cruelty, and the like? No. He knew that was not their present work, but he calls them to conversion and faith in Christ in general. Let their souls be first thoroughly converted, and then looking on him whom they have pierced, humiliation and mortification will ensue. Thus, when John came to preach repentance and conversion, he said, "The axe is now laid unto the root of the tree." The Pharisees had been laying heavy burdens, imposing tedious duties and rigid means of mortification in fastings, washings, and the like, all in vain, says John. The doctrine of conversion is for you. The axe in my hand is laid to the root. And our Savior tells us what is to be done in this case. Do men, says he, gather grapes of thorns? But suppose a thorn be well pruned and cut, and have pains taken with him. Yea, but he will never bear figs. It cannot be, but every tree will bring forth fruit according to its own kind. What is then to be done? He tells us, make the tree good, and its fruit will be good. The root must be dealt with, the nature of the tree changed, or no good fruit will be brought forth. This is interesting, and it kind of makes me think of how important faith and belief is in order to actually have repentance or, a change of mind, or to even understand a lot of, I know for me, understanding like what sin is, all of that kind of thing. Like, I know for me, it took me just kind of having a leap of faith to actually come to any sort of understanding. It was like the faith preceded the understanding. And this is kind of what this is reminding me of. It's like your belief, your conversion, your full faith is needed before any kind of mortification can happen. And it's vain to focus on trying to change something when that, the root itself isn't implanted of a clear faith. At least that's what I'm taking from it. And that's hard enough for a lot of people. Hey, Samuel. Shout out to Samuel in the chat. All right. Didn't see you in the last one, but I'm glad you're in this one. Okay, let's continue. This is that I aim at. Unless a man be regenerate, unless he be a believer, all attempts that he can make for mortification, be they ever so specious and promising, all means he can use, let him follow them with ever so much diligence, earnestness, watchfulness, and contention of mind and spirit, are to no purpose. In vain shall he use many remedies, he shall not be healed. Yea, there are sundry desperate evils attending an endeavor in convinced persons that are no more but so to perform this duty. Welcome back, Mateus. And He Black is back. Danny P says, happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Danny P. We don't do that happy holidays nonsense here. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stream looking better than Stacy. Dang, he black. West Coast, West Side. West Coast is the best coast. Am I right? I'm not sure. The Pacific is rather cold compared to the Atlantic. Sometimes I wonder who has a chimney. Not me. I don't have a chimney. No chimney. All I've got's a little space. Well, it's not a space heater. It's a heating unit that also functions as an air conditioner. Classy. It works pretty well, though. I stay warm in here, and then the building's also heated, so. But you know what? I used to have a wood stove, and, it's a lot of work. And you know what? There is a electric fire in the lobby of the building. So when I come in, especially during the winter months, I find it so nice because I come in and then get blasted with heat right there. But yeah, toasting marshmallows in a fireplace is fun. Oh, you're in New Mexico, 18 degrees in New Mexico. Brr. Yeah, it gets cold in them deserts. It is not that. It's 49 degrees here right now. I mean, blessed. It's chilly, but it's not. 49 degrees is nice. All right, where was I? One, the mind and soul are taken up about that which is not the man's proper business, and so he is diverted from that which is. God lays hold by his word and judgments on some sin in him, galls his conscience, disquiets his heart, deprives him of his rest. Now other diversions will not serve his turn. He must apply himself to the work before him. The business in hand being to awake the whole man to a consideration of the state and condition wherein he is, that he might be brought home to God instead hereof. He sets himself to mortify the sin that galls him, which is a pure issue of self-love, that he may be freed from his trouble and not at all the work he is called unto, and so he is diverted from it. Hey, doesn't that remind you of seeking first the kingdom of God and his righteousness? Well, that's very convicting, isn't it? We will, the Holy Spirit will make us aware of some sin in us. And what do? We go after the sin instead of trying to draw closer to God. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny how we do that? We're like, oh no, we have to purify ourselves. We have to go about this. We have to root this out. And it's God's just wanting us to draw closer to him and to love him and to give him our first and best. And what do? We do the devil's work. We, condemn ourselves and we go after something that's and he just wants us to draw near to him so that our nature and hearts will change naturally. Damn. Okay, let's continue. It is based, isn't it? And that's great to hear about Pornhub. Yeah, I've heard about Pornhub getting banned in a lot of states. About time, honestly. Okay, where was I? Okay, thus God tells us of Ephraim, when he spread his net upon them and brought them down as the fowls of heaven and chastised them. When he caught them, entangled them, convinced them so that they could not escape, saith he of them, They return, but not to the Most High. They set themselves to a relinquishment of sin, but not in that manner as God called for it by universal conversion. Thus are men diverted from coming unto God in the most glorious ways that they can fix upon to come to him by. And this is one of the most common deceits whereby men ruin their own souls. Dang. I wish that some whose trade it is to daub with untempered mortar in the things of God did not teach this deceit and cause the people to err by their ignorance. What do men do? What oftentimes are they directed unto when their consciences are galled by sin and disquietment from the Lord hath laid a hold upon them? Is not a relinquishment in practice of the sin with which in some fruits of it they are perplexed, and to make head against the sum of what they apply themselves unto? And is not the gospel end of their convictions lost thereby? Here men abide and perish. 2. This duty in its proper place being a good thing in itself, a duty evidencing sincerity, bringing home peace to the conscience, a man finding himself really engaged in it, his mind and heart set against this or that sin, with purpose and resolution to have no more to do with it, is ready to conclude that his state and condition is good, and so to delude his own soul. For when his conscience hath been made sick with sin, and he could find no rest, when he should go to the great physician of souls and get healing in his blood, the man pacifies and quiets his conscience by this engagement against sin, and sits down without going to Christ at all. Ah, how many poor souls are thus deluded to eternity! When Ephraim saw his sickness, he sent to King Jerob, which kept him off from God. The whole bundle of the popish religion is made up of designs and contrivances to pacify conscience without Christ, all described by the apostle. By this means men satisfy themselves that their state and condition is good, seeing they do that which is a work good in itself, and they do not do it to be seen. They know they would have the work done in sincerity, and so are hardened in a kind of self-righteousness. When man hath thus for a season been deluded and hath deceived his own soul, and finds in a long course of life that indeed his sin is not mortified, or that if he hath changed one, he hath gotten another, he begins at length to think that all contending is in vain, that he shall never be able to prevail. He is making a dam against water that increaseth on him. Hereupon he gives over as one despairing of any success, and yields up himself to the power of sin and the habit of formality that he hath gotten. This is interesting because, when I don't know, I've just heard numerous Christians say this, like they don't think it's possible to root out sin or be without sin, or they see themselves as sinners, and I've heard them say they sin every day. I've heard Christians say that as well. I sin every day. Damn. And I wonder if they're in a similar position, that they've just tried and struggled, to mortify their own sin of their own accord, instead of just drawing closer to God. Is that the issue? Is it an issue of I don't know. And it's a very personal thing too. I don't want to go because once you start to like get into these conversations as well, people get very like, I don't know, cagey. And it also is very personal. Like, I don't want to, and I don't particularly want to know what indwelling sin, like, my colleagues or contemporaries or brothers and sisters are dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to ask them about that because that's just kind of like personal as well. But I do wonder, it's like, what do you mean you sin every day? Stacy says people do sin every day. I mean, yeah, and yeah, people do, but like this idea that we can't like be without it, or like, I don't know, or that it's not possible to mortify sin. I know I've had God take sins from me, like for real. And I don't want to get into what they were because I don't want y'all knowing me like that, but I have. There are other things that no. But maybe I'm seeing this and I'm seeing like how like, I don't know, my issues with those other sins, I'm not taking it to God. I'm not like, so I don't know. I do think it's possible to be without sin. Damn, Danny P. You don't believe in God, Danny P? Do you think if you believed in God that you would stop? How do you not believe in God? That's crazy. You understand that that's insane, right? Like, it's God is like with you and in your breath. What do you mean you don't believe in God? Why are you listening to doctors? Don't listen to doctors. They want you sick. God has nothing to do with health. What does no? But there is a spiritual health that you're lacking if you don't believe in God. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, forgiveness is so powerful, but most people, like, I've done a lot of work on forgiveness. I don't know about going and forgiving my mother if it changed anything really, because I felt like I'd already forgiven her. I just hadn't talked with her about it. Talking with her about it was interesting though, because like the way she reacted was funny. I don't know. I didn't have any expectation of how she would react. I didn't think she would blow up or be crazy because she knows that she wasn't, there for me at all. And that when I did go to forgive her, she just said, "Well, it's normal that you would have resentment." And I'm like, "It's normal, but it isn't right." And I'm not trying to be normal. I'm trying to be better than normal. I'm trying to overcome stupid resentment about something that's beyond anyone's control. It's an interesting conversation in the least, but I don't know. She's been a lot more distant from me since I did go and forgive her. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Because, I mean, getting to know her and just having more understanding of like the situation between my parents and how I was created and what my mother was dealing with, like, I don't know, like, obviously the best thing that could have happened, but it still was difficult for me not having her in my life. Especially as a girl, I used to just, I don't know, it's hard not, it's hard being alienated from either one of your parents. It really is. It's hard to grow up not having them there. You need them. It's you long for them. You want them. And I do feel like something was lost by not having them. But then I look at my mother now, and she just, I know she couldn't have been my mother. She couldn't have dealt with me. She couldn't have just, it's, she couldn't deal with my father either. They were a match made in hell. Like, there was something good that came out of it because, I was created. But, yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Hey, Golden Rule TV. I'm looking luscious. Damn. Woo, y'all are being very complimentary, and I don't I don't even know, but thank you. Thank you. Mateus Borges said his mom just stared at him like, damn, like what the? The only good thing my parents ever produced is me. I don't know. I think my parents could have been a better couple, but they did things the wrong way. They weren't living rightly, and so they just brought each other down. And they were both to blame for that. So it's sad though. My father, he wasn't alive for me to forgive him. He passed away, and I didn't forgive him until after he was gone. So it is sad to, not ever have that like kind of talk with him. I wonder how he would have reacted. He was such a strange fellow sometimes. My mother had a run-in with the Green River Killer. Actually, she gave evidence against, or what did she do? She was in prison for something else. We won't get into that. But she was in prison, and she actually spoke to some detectives. Actually, she gave some evidence for them and helped them kind of pick him out from a group of photos. She was living in the Seattle area at the time, in the I don't know when she exactly moved there, but this was in the 80s. She was living there, and her boyfriend was a drug dealer, basically. So she was used to having people come and go from their place, but she had this random guy who apparently was the Green River Killer. Yeah. And now my mom is obsessed with true crime stuff. She's totally into that, serial killers and stuff. Although she's kind of a morbid figure regardless, but yeah, it was interesting. She talked about it with me one time, and yeah, she just said that she was in prison, and she stated that she might have evidence. But yeah, apparently this guy knocked on her door, and she didn't really recognize him. She thought he was he was like, yeah, do you want to party? Basically, he said something like that, and she just got this really weird feeling like something wasn't right about him. Her boyfriend was sleeping on the couch, but yeah, she thought if her boyfriend wasn't there, something definitely could have happened. But she was I don't know, she just slammed the door in his face. She was like, no, I guess, and just slammed the door really quickly and locked it. And she was telling me she had this really uh, weird feeling like that came over her. Yeah, he knocked on her door and like asked her to party, basically. She wasn't down to party that day, I guess, like yeah. He died recently, didn't he? No, yeah, because that was her boyfriend before she met my dad. Because after she got out of prison there, she went up to Alaska to basically escape her boyfriend at the time. And the guy was like looking for her, apparently. Crazy story. My mom is a character. Both of my parents were. But yeah, so she went up to Alaska after that. She got out of prison, went up to Alaska, started working up there, met my dad. They were working in the same bar, and basically, like, they fell in love. So yeah, if he had gotten her, I wouldn't be here. Praise the Lord. And neither would my little brothers. My little brothers wouldn't be here either, or my niece. So interesting, yeah. That's true, but like hard work is something, but 7 days a week for 44 years straight sounds really tough, Didn't Jesus have a parable about like the rich men not being able to enter into the kingdom of heaven or enter, join the party that like the banquet that God prepares for them because they're so busy. And so he went out, this rich man was throwing a party, and he like went and invited all the best people, like I don't mean like the rich, but like if you're always busy, you'll never enter into the kingdom. I mean, one of the biggest impediments to me for prayer in the morning is all the like busyness I feel I need to get about. Oh, thank you, Samuel. Shout out to Samuel giving me a little donation for the Christmas fund. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, he definitely yeah, if he had forgiven her, things may have been very different. A lot of women would be alive today. It's actually a poem written by Karen Brodeen about him that I read that like really chilled me. Because it was written when he was still like at large. Karen Brodeen was a member of Radical Women, and that was the organization I was in when I was a socialist back in in my early 20s. That was the group I joined. She was with Freedom Socialist Party and Radical Women. I never joined the Freedom Socialist Party, but I have this book of her poetry that's really amazing. I thought she was an incredible poet. And yeah, she had one about them, the victims and their bones in the river. It was just like so chilling. It's horrible. It's horrible, the mess that goes on in the world. It's horrible to think that it's horrible to think, that people kill like that, that you could just be, somebody could snuff out life like that. How did I ruin the Black Panther Party? What are you talking about? I'm a white woman. I didn't do nothing to the Black Panther Party. All right, guys. Well, that was a nice little distraction. Let's get back to the book, huh? Thank you, Samuel, and have a good night. Okay. And this is the usual issue with persons attempting the mortification of sin without an interest in Christ first obtained. It deludes them, hardens them, destroys them. And therefore, we see that usually there are not more vile and desperate sinners in the world than such as, having by conviction been put on this course, have found it fruitless and deserted it without a discovery of Christ. And this is the substance of the religion and godliness of the choicest formalists in the world, and of all those who, in the Roman synagogue, this language is very offensive to Catholics, I'm sorry, are drawn to mortification as they drive Indians to baptism or cattle to water. I say then that mortification is the work of believers and believers only. To kill sin is the work of living men. Where men are dead, as are all unbelievers, even the best of them, sin is alive and will live. It is the work of faith, the peculiar work of faith. Now, if there be a work to be done that will be effected by only one instrument, it is the greatest madness for any to attempt the doing of it who hath not that instrument. Now it is faith that purifies the heart. Or as Peter speaks, we purify our souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit. And without it, it will not be done. What hath been spoken, I suppose, is sufficient to make good my first general rule. Be sure to get an interest in Christ if you intend to mortify any sin. Without it, it will never be done. Ugh. That is horrible. That is so horrible. God. That's a Forrest Gump line? Wait, what's a Forrest Gump line? I'm not finding it. Was it something I read or something someone else said? Objection. You will say, what then would you have unregenerate men that are convinced of the evil of sin to do? Shall they cease striving against sin, live dissolutely, give their lust their swing, and be as bad as the worst of men? This were a way to set the whole world into confusion, to bring all things into darkness, to set open the floodgates of lusts, and lay the reins upon the necks of men to rush into all sin with delight and greediness, like the horse into the battle. Answer 1. God forbid. It is to be looked on as a great issue of the wisdom, goodness, and love of God that, by manifold ways and means, he is pleased to restrain the sons of men from running forth into that compass of excess and riot, which the depravity of their nature would carry them out unto with violence. By what way soever this is done, it is an issue of the care, kindness, and goodness of God, without which the whole earth would be a hell of sin and confusion. Answer 2. There is a peculiar convincing power in the word which God is oftentimes pleased to put forth to the wounding, amazing, and in some sort humbling of sinners, though they are never converted, and the word is to be preached, yet not with this end. Though it hath this end, let then the word be preached, and the sins of men rebuked. Lust will be restrained, and some oppositions will be made against sin, though that be not the effect aimed at. Answer 3. Though this be the work of the word and spirit, and it be good in itself, yet it is not profitable nor available as to the main end in them in whom it is wrought. They are still in the gall of bitterness and under the power of darkness. Man, there's answer 4. Oh my goodness. There's the answer 4. Let me know it is their duty, but in its proper place. I take not men for mortification, but put them upon conversion. He that shall call a man from mending a hole in the wall of his house to quench a fire that is consuming the whole building is not his enemy. Poor soul, it is not thy sore finger, but thy hectic fever, that thou art to apply thyself to the consideration of. Thou settest thyself against a particular sin, and dost not consider that thou art nothing but sin. Yeah, there are plenty of people who do want jobs. It isn't always so easy. But then again, I have to say, every time I've been looking for a job, I found one. So I find it very, when people are chronically without work, I do tend to look at them a little bit suspiciously, because a lot of it is also that people want jobs, don't want to work jobs that they think they're above. I've met a lot of people who are educated and thus think that they're above working certain types of jobs, and they're not. If you need money, you need money. And having gaps in your employment is like, it doesn't look good. But I don't know. I am a workist. I mean, come on. I don't know. I've known so many people who were way more physically fit than me, who have college educations and who are lazy and don't work. And I find it offensive, honestly. I don't feel sympathy for that. The reality is they just don't want to work something. They think they're entitled to something they haven't earned, and even though they could very easily get a job and have an income coming in and, be responsible, they'd rather, just be bitter and entitled. So yeah, I got a bee in my bonnet about those kind of people. There's a lot of them out there. And then, oh yeah, by the way, taxpayers like myself who, work and haven't had any of their privileges should, pay for their school debt. Sorry, I can't. I can't. Ugh. Anyway, let us continue. This is not the topic of this video. Let me add this to them who are preachers of the word or intend through the good hand of God that employment. It is their duty to plead with men about their sins and to lay load on particular sins, but always to remember that it be done with that which is the proper end of law and gospel. That is, that they make use of the sin they speak against, to the discovery of the state and condition wherein the sinner is. Otherwise, they may haply work men to formality and hypocrisy, but little of the true end of preaching the gospel will be brought about. It will not avail to beat a man off from his drunkenness into a sober formality. A skillful master of the assemblies lays his axe at the root, drives still at the heart. To inveigh against particular sins of ignorant, unregenerate persons, such as the land is full of, is a good work. But yet, though it may be done with great efficacy, vigor, and success, if all the effect of it be this, that they are set upon the most sedulous endeavors to mortify their sins preached down, all that is done is but like the beating of an enemy in an open field, and driving him into an impregnable castle not to be prevailed against. Get you a sinner at any time at the advantage on account of any one sin whatever. Have you anything to take hold of him by? Bring it to his state and condition, drive it up to the head, and there deal with him. To break men off from particular sins, and not to break their hearts, is to deprive ourselves of advantages of dealing with them. And herein is the Roman mortification grievously faulty. They drive all sorts of persons to it without the least consideration, whether they have a principle for it or no. Yea, they are so far from calling on men to believe, in order that they may be able to mortify their lusts, that they call men to mortification instead of believing. The truth is, they neither know what it is to believe, nor what mortification itself intends. Faith with them is but a general assent to the doctrine taught in their church, and mortification is the betaking of a man by a vow to some certain course of life, wherein he denies himself something of the use of the things of this world, not without a considerable compensation. Such men know neither the Scriptures nor the power of God. Their boasting of the mortification is but their glorying in their shame. Some casuists among ourselves, who, overlooking the necessity of regeneration, do avowedly give this for a direction to all sorts of persons who complain of any sin or lust, that they should bow against it, and at least for a season, a month or so, seem to have a scantling of light in the mystery of the gospel. Much like that of Nicodemus when he first came to Christ, they bid men vow to abstain from their sin for a season. This commonly makes their lust more impetuous. Perhaps with great perplexity they keep their word, perhaps not, which increases their guilt and torment. Is their sin at all mortified hereby? Do they find a conquest over it? Is their condition changed, though they attain a relinquishment of it? Are they not still in the gall of bitterness? Is not this to put men to make brick, if not without straw yet? Which is worse, without strength? What promise hath any unregenerate man to countenance from? Let me repeat that. What promise hath any unregenerate man to countenance him in this work? What assistance for the performance of it? Can sin be killed without an interest in the death of Christ, or mortified without the Spirit? If such direction should prevail to change men's lives, as seldom they do, yet they never reach to the change of their hearts or conditions, they make men self-justifiers or hypocrites, not Christians. It grieves me oftentimes to see poor souls that have a zeal for God and a desire of eternal welfare kept by such directors and directions under a hard, burdensome outside worship and service of God, with many specious endeavors for mortification, and an utter ignorance of the righteousness of Christ, and an unacquaintedness with his Spirit, all their days. Persons and things of this kind I know too many. If ever God shine into their hearts and give them the knowledge of his glory in the face of his Son, Jesus Christ, they will see the folly of their present way. Oh, Zenny, what terrible news. That was the end of the chapter, and then I look up and then there's horrible news about people being killed and maimed. car ramming attack. How can people be so foul as to run a vehicle into people purposely? I mean, it's just so astounding. At a Christmas market of all places. Perpetrator was a Saudi Arabian permanent resident. Oh no, not the Saudis. Trump is calling for worldwide mass deportations. Wow. It's getting heavy, y'all. Is he? I didn't see anything of the like with Trump. I've heard about them here, but worldwide, I mean, what authority does he have to call for them worldwide? We are in a pickle, though, aren't we? That's astounding. Like, and Germany is such a nice country. Not that Saudi Arabia doesn't have, its own, unique, interesting culture. But I would much rather live in Germany than Saudi Arabia for so many more reasons than I can even name. I mean, it's just obvious. That is very sad. That is very sad, though. Yes. Good night, Mateus. Have a doctor appointment on a Saturday. Lucky you. But I hope your doctor's appointment as well. And yes, that was the end of the chapter. I don't think I have it in me to delve into chapter 8 tonight. I think we'll have to save it. I mean, it is a few pages, but I even so, I think we'll have to save it for the next reading. What a chapter, huh? That was a very, chapter 7 was something definitely powerful. What did y'all think? Any thoughts before I depart this eve? Anything you want to comment on in the reading? I feel very convicted that, in my own regard, that I have been going about things maybe in a backwards way, thinking that I can do something of my own power. And, Jesus says very clearly that without him, we can do nothing. So why do I think that I can somehow change some aspect of my nature that, I know is sinful? I can't. I have to draw into, that relationship more and just trust and obey. And, of course, not condemn myself in the process. I feel like maybe I've been, I don't know, struggling with that in my own way. When I look at myself and what I have yet to mortify or what has yet to be mortified in me, I feel like obviously I see the progress, I see the growth, but I still have, I don't know, these things about my nature that trouble me, and I want to be like delivered from the sinful nature. I want to overcome that. But it sounds like, it's down to prayer and time with God and letting him work through me and giving up. I don't know, maybe the judgment of myself. That all is about control, isn't it? It's all about power. And I mentioned before in one of these previous streams how like pride had been an issue for me. Maybe it still is, but it had been. And in my pride and arrogance, I thought that I could create like my own morality, or that I could, apart from what God has put forth as right and good. And am I still doing that to a certain degree when I like I don't know, judge myself instead of just, taking it to prayer? Because I know God isn't judging me. I've been saved, I've been delivered. Everything has been washed away. But then, I feel these things, or I think these things, or I do these things that are not godly, that are of the sin nature. I'm not being a Debbie Downer. Am I depressing you? This is heavy stuff. It's mortification of sin. How can you watch a video with the term mortification in it and think it's not going to be a heavy topic? Yeah, pride is a powerful thing. It's a very intoxicating, delusional thing as well. It'll have you acting all kinds of crazy. Was your mama crazy with her pride? Was she crazy with her pride? Did she yell at you? Did I yell at you? Come here. Did I yell at you? Was I a mean lady and I yelled at you? That was a sin. That's not right. He don't deserve that. Even if he being naughty, even if he knocking things over. Oh, yeah, he not mean nothing by it. He's just a little animal. What he doing? He just doing what come naturally to him. He's just doing what's in his nature. He didn't even mean it that much. Oh, poor cutie. Why don't you get up here and say hi? Come on. You want to get up here and say hi? Get on this lap? No, don't go over there. Come here. Don't go over there. Come here. Come over and give me a kiss, but you won't give me a cuddle. Come on. Come on, you do it. Wow. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, what a good kitty. Oh, what a good kitty. You want to get on and say hi? Oh, you got my my cup with the lipstick on. You're so good boy. What a good boy. That's a, oh, wow. You're showing off them claws. Look at you. Well, God, rest in peace to those poor unfortunate souls mowed down by a car, and to all the people in the hospital. I'm hoping they're not maimed too badly. I mean, just imagine, broken bones, no doubt, all kinds of horrible afflictions that can come from that. So, and F that guy that killed those people. F him. F him. Like, we forgive him, but man, what the hell? I love you. I love you. You're such a good boy. The cat can take a baiting? A baiting? Oh yeah, he likes a little smack on the butt right there. Oh, there's right the butt. Yes, you want to get a little beaten. You like to get a little beat. Get a little beat. I love you. Thank you for coming to cuddle with me. Yeah, that is a downer, man. That is a downer. That really is a bummer to hear that. Like, why do people do such things? Like, I know why people do such things. They're angry, right? They're possessed by a spirit of anger that lets the devil use them as a puppet. You are so cute. It's not fair how cute you are. That's not fair. Other people want to be cute. Why are you being so cute? Other people want to be cute too. Why are you being so cute? Debbie Downer. Oh, who did that character? Oh, what was her name? I don't know. That was a while ago on SNL. I don't know. How is SNL? I don't even watch it nowadays. I think somebody sent me a clip of it, and I didn't even recognize the actor who was the guest. I mean, I'm so out of touch with like most pop culture, you know. And I just watch my old stories. I'm always into kind of like digging things out of the past and then like, I don't know, it's just so much junk out there. Just so much junk and foolishness and watered down mess and hard to watch a lot of things. You're such a good baby. You're such a good baby. Look at that tail. Look what that tail do. What that tail do. Rachel Dratch. Thank you, Rachel Dratch. What a name, Dratch. Yeah, she was on SNL when I was in high school. I'm pretty sure, yeah, she was. I was in high school at the time because I think I stopped watching it like once I was out of high school. Baby boy, come on. All right, we had our little cuddle now. Mama wants you to get off her lap now. He's like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. He's like, you called me over here. Now I don't want to get up. But you're sticking your claws in me and it hurts. It hurts when you stick your claws in me. Why you want to hurt Mama? You don't want to hurt Mama, do you? You don't want to hurt your Mama. That's not right. You don't want to dig your claws into her tender flesh. That hurts. You don't want to do that. He wants to. He really wants to. You really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Well, you want to make me cry, pretty boy. Come on. Oh, okay, come on. Cats are predators. Indeed, they are. Are you mommy's little predator? You live in the house. You protect me, though. I love you. I want chicken. I want liver. Meow mix, please deliver. Well, you were lucky then, Golden Rule TV. You got to watch it with Belushi, Jim Belushi, Chevy Chase, and Gilda Radner, and Bill Murray, and Steve Martin. All the greats. Yeah, I love you. Didn't Eddie Murphy, wasn't he on SNL too? Thinking of other, like, so many greats. I mean, I was a kid in the 90s and we had, that was a really golden time. Jim Brewer, Mark McKinney was on in the 90s. So was, what's his name? Chris Farley, Adam Sandler. Oh, heck. Dana Carvey. Bill Hartman, yeah. Molly Shannon, oh yeah, superstar. Anna Gasteyer, I never really. I mean, she's kind of funny. I like those like NPR shows spoofs. I guess they did. Sherry O'Terry. Victoria Jackson was another favorite. I love her. I love like what a Christian she is too. Like she just She was like, not sweaty balls. No. No. Yes, that was very good. That was very good. Very well performed. Uh, y'all. I mean that skit was the whole episode. I don't remember anything else from that. I'm sure there were other classics from that, but that was like infamous. Timeless. Yeah, Al Franken was on SNL too. I remember seeing him, Stuart Smiley. Yeah. Maya Rudolph, yeah. I don't remember the Love Toilet. Oops, I don't remember. But yeah, I haven't watched it. They never topped the original cast. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's certain eras of it that are pretty good, I have to say. Like, oh yeah, Norm Macdonald. How could I forget beautiful Norm Macdonald? Yeah, I do. I know. I do love Chris Farley. What a guy. I love Kevin McNeilon. Is that it? Am I saying it right? He did the Weekend Update. He's funny. Kevin Nealon. Sorry. I don't know why I put a Mick in there. Yeah, David Spade. Oh, I had the biggest crush on David Spade when I was a kid. Like, there were a couple of years there where I just thought he was the finest thing ever. I told my ex about it, and oh God, who is that actor? Oh God, I'm trying to remember that. Yeah, Dennis Miller's funny. God, who was the actor that she thought I was talking about? It's like, yeah, David Spade. Oh, what is his name? God, I'm not even that big of a fan of this guy. I mean, he is cute, but I didn't have a crush on him. Not like that. Maybe in Pretty in Pink. Jim Spader, or what is it? Dave? Maybe it's, yeah. What is it? I'm gonna look it up. James Spader. Okay, yeah. Did not have a crush on James Spader. Okay, that's not it. That's not David Spade. David Spade is not James Spader. James Spader is not David Spade. David Spade was the one. He was my. He was the one. He was so cute, especially with that, like, that 90s like hair. I love that haircut. Like, I think in Tommy Boy, he had, oh man, I love that haircut. So classic. Oh yeah. Even to this day, he's kind of cute. I don't know. I mean, kind of cute. He was a good looking guy. Hello, Ramesh Sabraniam. What's up? Spader is not funny. Sup, Rom, little sister. Liked and subscribed. David Spade is 60 now. Wow. I still love him. I don't care. Although I don't know if I find him as cute. I mean, let me look him up. He did have that long hair for a while. I didn't like. Let's see if we can get a shot of him in the past year. Oh no. He's got a tan. Ugh. Oh no, his hair isn't brushed there. Come on, David. You're better than that. You had that preppy haircut. Oh man. Oh, see. He's so cute though. But yeah, the tan is but I like the gray in the beard. He looks good with that distinguished gray in the beard. Latina invited you here. Shout out to Latina in Cali. Stacy says he has a daughter but never married. Really? I don't know anything about his personal life, but it's cool that he has a child, that he's had, kids. Interesting that I'm ending this stream with talk of like crushing on David Spade as a kid. He was cute though, man. That hair. Oh, that hair. And just like, yeah, the snarkiness. I love that. Like it was, he played that so well. I still find that attractive. You don't come across it very often. Most people don't have the like confidence to be snarky. Oh well. Alas. David Spade. Oh my goodness. So he's 60. Okay. Wow. I would have thought he'd be older. Was he in Reality Bites? I don't remember. I love Reality Bites. Love John Cusack, even though he blocked me on Twitter. And then there was like this big, there was like a big article written about how many people were blocked by John Cusack, just like who had never interacted with him. I never interacted with him. He played a McDonald's manager. Oh, okay. I don't remember. I haven't seen Reality Bites in forever. I mean, that's the movie with like Winona Ryder, Ben Stiller, and like Ethan Hawke as like the two guys that are like vying for her love, and she chooses the bum. Rules of Engagement. I don't think I've seen Rules of Engagement. Although, you know what? I had a friend who really liked that film. So maybe I'll check it out. That would be a good one to watch. Victoria Jackson and Kevin Nealon. Okay, I'm not remembering that skit. I can't watch it though, Rome. I don't want to risk putting that up because that's definitely going to be copyright striked. You ain't going outside. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not letting you outside. You can cry about all you want. You ain't going out there. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. He played. Okay, so was she being interviewed by him? Mew. What you want? I'm wrapping it up. Don't you be that way. Yeah, Victoria Jackson's very funny. I like how she played like Bimbo really well. Oh God, who's the other one? No, it's coming to mind. John Lovitz. You got time to lean, you got time to clean. Did he say that really? I'm gonna have to rewatch it. That sounds good. I love it. I love him. I love the idea of him in that. That movie was so dumb. Reality Bites was like so dumb. Gen X, man. That was like, I don't know. A lot of those Gen X kind of like coming of age films, really bad. But yeah, that one was like really just amazing. Amazing. Just amazing. Like the whole, like, man, just what I remember, like I didn't like any of the characters. I really didn't like the main female character. And wait, didn't they have like, yeah, it wasn't now I'm thinking about it more. Janine Garofalo was in it too. Did I like Beck? Like the singer Beck? The Scientologist? I like some of his music. I never found him attractive, if that's what you're asking. That is hilarious. Like Rome just posted during a Victoria's Secret skit on SNL, she said, "Underneath my clothes, I'm naked." I can just totally see her delivering that like so deadpan and like totally over the top, believable. We should do an SNL skit stream. Yeah, so I can get another like terrible copyright. They took down my last chill stream, because of the Christmas music. So I'm like really apprehensive now to play anything. I have like one song that I want to play for Maina, but she didn't show up tonight. So I am planning to hopefully do a chill stream tomorrow night because I'm going to be doing my nails. So, it'll be like open panel, just chilling out, maybe watching some things, reacting. So maybe she'll show up to that and then I can play her the song. Paul singing lead on Hurt by Dead Poets Society live is absolutely fire. I don't even know what you're talking about, Golden Rule TV. Come on. All right, guys. Well, this has been fun, but it's not terribly late, but it's gonna be, I think, a not too late evening for me. So I'm gonna head out. Thanks for being here and getting through more of the mortification of sin and then talking about SNL with me. Hey, what are you doing up there? And Nero, what are you doing up there? You don't go up there. Get off that counter. You ain't going on. Get off of that counter, boy. Boy. Y'all. All right. I'll see you soon. Buy more XRP. Do you really think I should? It's gone down in price since I purchased it. Like, should I? Or should I just sit on my eggs? I mean, how much did I purchase? Let me take a look, actually, while you're here. And besides, I don't know. I kind of want to buy Tesla stock. So, I mean, I bought some XRP, but like, I am kind of saving for getting my Tesla stock. And since you recommended that, and I know it's a good idea, let's see how it's doing today. Dogecoin. Come on, Doge. It's down from yesterday. Or whenever I last looked this up. But it's on the way up. It's definitely it's much higher than it was when I purchased it, so that's good. Yeah, the XRP is even down from when I last checked it. Although since it's down, should I purchase more? I don't know. Yeah, it's like 30 cents less. Yeah, I've lost $8, close to $9 on it since purchasing it. No, hell no. Shut up. You're not getting that. You ain't getting what you want. No. Hell no. What does he think? Does he think I'm a punk? He does. He thinks I'm a punk. Yeah. How much did I get? Let me see. I don't know, 26. Yeah, I bought, yeah, I spent like I put $60 into it. Anyone who waits will be priced out. Well, you're very confident about this, Stacy. Are you like, I don't know anything about it. No, he's not getting any more food tonight. Hell no. He knows the rules. I fast every day. I make sure not to be fat, and I'm not going to let him get fat either. We're not that kind of household. I made an agreement with him like, I'm not going to get fat, you're not going to get fat. It will be revealed soon. What will be revealed soon? This is like Bitcoin 15 years ago. How is it like Bitcoin 15 years ago? I don't even know anything about Bitcoin 15 years ago, other than like all the like nerdy guys were doing it, and I thought they were nerds. And they were. And you know what? They're sitting on their Bitcoin money, not really doing much with it. Ain't got no white babies. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, you know, he got fed rotisserie chicken today, all right? He got it good today. Stacy, I need you to come on. Tell me the deets. What's the deal with XRP? Is it really going to be big? Is it going to be like Bitcoin 15 years ago? Is it more valuable than me getting like, because I don't know, I want to like, Tesla stock's pretty like, it's an investment. I'm kind of having to save a little bit to, you know, buy a you know, share, but I want to. So I'm wondering like, is it, you know, what's a better like strategy for me? Because I've already spent like, it's going to be the foundation for all monetary exchange. It is replacing the Federal Reserve. What? You're already priced out of Tesla. I'm not priced out of Tesla. I can buy a share in the next month. I could do it now if I want to like be irresponsible. But no, I mean, how's it going to be the foundation for all monetary exchange? That is wild. I just don't know what to think about these things, y'all. I'm like, I don't know. I'm really not that educated about it. I just bought some because like I heard, you know, multiple people talking about it, and I was like, And one woman I know like bought some in like 2020 and has sat on it for 4 years and made, you know, quite a bit of money off of it. Upon widespread adoption, each XRP coin will be worth hundreds soon and thousands over time. Look into it. There's not much time left. Oh my God. All right, I'll look into it. That, I mean, shoot. Is it really going to go that way, though? I mean, I don't know. I don't know about these things. But, I mean, it did happen before with other things. So I don't know. 26 is a good start. I could buy more. And it's less than it was when I purchased it before. And I put in, it's not like an amount of money that, like, I do have money in my account. I could, like, I have it in my Robinhood account that I could just easily just invest in it. Why not, Stacy? I'll do it. Why not? I'll do it for you. Since you are a faithful viewer, I will. I'll put the rest of that cash I have in my account into it. Let's see. How much money do I have in my account? It's like, I think I have like 40. All right, let's just see. Buy all. Okay. Okay. So I have $49 in my account. Okay. Okay. So where am I at with it now? So how many do I have now? Sorry, I'm trying to find out how many I have, how many XRP coins I have. Oh, there we go. 47. Okay. Well, we'll sit and wait, you know. Hey, Jeff Riggins. How you doing? I was just about to get out of here. Oh, okay, Rome. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. Thank you for saving that. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I don't remember the love toilet at all. But yeah, I was Jeff. I'm purchasing XRP under Stacy's direction, or purchasing more of it. She's like, do it now. The social pressure, God. How's my Doge doing? Doge is good. Doge is going strong. 33 cents. Some of that XRP. We'll see. It's got a cool name. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm boring myself. But yeah. Take care. We'll be here maybe tomorrow. Bye.